Hi, I'm Dr. Gilgamesh, and I'd like to introduce you to my podcast, Emotional Anatomy. It's an intelligently designed anatomy that has as its goal the recruiting your interest and curiosity as to how it works so that you can become more familiar with it and, as a result, better at it and enjoy it more. Welcome. Hello, it's Dr. Gilgamesh again. And I'm going to continue trying to develop this vocabulary for us to be able to see how the mind works. This navigation through the ocean of emotion. Many of these words you'll start to recognize repeatedly. The goal is that we would develop a familiarity with how the mind works, because nothing's going to change. It's not that we are intending to change how your mind works, it's that we are interested in a collaboration between all of us to develop a language that allows us to see how it works better and better and better and better. That's our goal. Freedom versus slavery, and freedom is free to choose something better. So to recognize this is to start with the concept of navigation. To navigate is to then discover that you can choose the direction that you wish to travel. And my claim is that emotional anatomy is helping to guide us there. That it's designed that way on purpose to impress you so that you might be able then to follow the yellow brick road home. In fact, many authors have use this same idea 1,000 times to develop their imagery. But what sometimes we find is that the vocabulary leads us into lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, or other types of distractions. Here's an interesting trap for you, and every day my podcast will try as best that it can to elaborate a little bit more upon the subtleties of this tug of war, this battle within the mind, this opportunity to choose wisely the pathways that we find most useful. I believe that by this navigation that we are headed toward our heart's home. It's a vocabulary, right? It's replacing ego-id and superego. It's not replacing it. I'm sorry to say it that way. Because ego-id and superego have their own ability to stimulate your interest in introspection. Introspection, awareness, mindfulness, integration of understanding. And so all of that's wonderful stuff. And whatever words we may use that would trigger your interest in doing this exploration or pursuing this exploration, we like it. So you'll begin to hear words, though, that repeat themselves, because I believe that we're going to encourage each other to see that the mind is actually designed for successful navigation and contribution to getting better and better and better. That's our free choice. Okay, so today I had the opportunity to bump into someone that says, yeah, I understand, Doc. I go to my happy place all the time. Oh, really? I think that happy might just be an opportunity for us to explore the subtleties of what we're discussing, because I suspect that happiness is misconstrued. Now, granted, the founding fathers of the United States of America, freedom to pursue your happiness, right? All that sort of may have been misconstrued by the modern generations. If you look around you, you'll see that they're lost in their materialism, instead of understanding a deeply rewarding and powerfully passionate, meaningful memory that reminds them of what this does inside us, contributing motivation to foster this development of vocabulary for our legacy. We become the ancestors to the next 5,000 years. And therefore, the words that we choose to use to describe this navigation heart home wisdom will in fact be legacy to the generations. I'm recruiting your interest in joining us into the Facebook homepage that would allow you to contribute your responses to each of the videos that will have their own threads of discussion underneath them. So at any rate, I hope that you enjoy this experience. And today I'm going to suggest that we can find that there is a subtle difference between my happy place and this powerful, passionate, meaningful movie that inspires our minds alive. Now, if you'll recall, we coordinate the mind and we use this ability of the mind to see itself in the emotional mirror and begin recognizing distractions from the path, heart home. Well, in response to me as well, you're having emotional reactions, and so you're becoming more familiar to your reactions to me. All right, you're becoming more familiar with your reactions to each other. Through relationship, you discover that there may be some memories, and we've talked about some of this before, but now let's consider memories of relationship. So as compared to find my happy place, leaving me frustrated, disappointed, and perhaps even sad, or what's the matter with me, conclusions, hearing all of this chatter inside your head that's a distraction from the path. It's a tug of war. As compared to enjoying the satisfying and meaningful connection to another person, to a place, to a memory. You see, as an example, a person comes in and explains how exhausted they are in pursuit of their better life. And whoa, that exhaustion, of course, is leading to overwhelm and the contemplations of all kinds of potential distractions through the inner dialogues of, okay, I don't care, I give up, who cares anyway, no one else cares, why should I care? All of those are wrong direction, doesn't feel good. And so we're encouraging you to discover a heart home that has a more powerful movie. We're seeing the mind work in movies, and so I've said before and would encourage you to remember that a picture is worth 1,000 words. A movie shoots 16 frames per second. You multiply that by 60 and however many minutes your memory movie is, and all of a sudden you've got yourself thousands upon thousands of words, so to speak, but powerful emotion, because when the mood changes, the movie changes. Watch this now. My happy place, oh, disappointed, I can't find it. What do you mean by my happy place as compared to a powerful, passionate movie that is satisfying, rewarding? Now, this person was able to explore and find a more effective way of dealing with this exhaustion through discovering personal significance for the meaningful movie, the meaningful, passionate movie. She found in her memory banks, playing in the garden, if you will, digging in the dirt, connected to the earth, connected to relationship, because she was digging in the garden with her daughter. And that memory held a very powerful place in her heart. Similar to the sunset, similar to a powerful waterfall experience that she had, similar to sitting on the grass at Disneyland with her family watching fireworks. All right, so there are many people who are not going to have these kind of powerful memories and experiences. And so through compassion, we must be patient to help them find their heart's home. But when working with a person typically that's fairly healthy, but yet trapped in unique ways because of unique emotional wounds, that they would then be able to find a tug of war between the reflexes that would take them off the path versus this returning to the heart home that would remind them of that marvelously satisfying and gratifying movie or movies that would allow them to feel this peacefulness, this contentment, this satisfaction. I know what you mean. Thank you. All right, so this is advanced concept a little bit because it means that you've practiced. It takes a long time to play a musical instrument because you have to practice. It takes a long time to play this beautiful instrument because you have to practice. But it also takes a long time for us as a society to develop the vocabulary that assists each other, and especially our children, into realizing their heart's home. So I'm going to continue inviting you to join us in this exercise and find vocabulary that works better and better and better. Freedom versus slavery. Freedom is privilege to choose better and better and better and better and better and better. Never getting, not never, no, I'm sorry, that's wrong. That when you get trapped thinking that you've got the right answer, you're stuck, slave to your last right answer. And right now, I suppose that you can choose it if you like, or refuse it. So the strength to face this challenge of exhaustion, the strength to face whatever challenge you're up to, the strength to face it is gained through a state of mind found in your heart home as compared to stuck in the exhaustion. Freedom to return to your heart home is what our freedom is all about. And then later, we're going to have more opportunities to see the subtlety of this challenge instead of stuck in, oh, well. You know, the Eeyore, I mean, they've done Eeyore very well in the movies. Oh, well. I guess that's what I get. Versus the powerful, passionate, meaningful movie that is slowly emerging by our own free choice from within our hearts. We get to choose something better. Please join us. Please pitch in. Please help us with this conversation. Thanks. Next time. Bye. You know, I'm really excited about presenting these materials. This is a description of how the mind works. It is going to revolutionize the way we think about psychological science, freedom versus slavery. Gratitude guides your heart home, where you discover the lens of awe and wonder, and through it realize wisdom. Freedom to choose wisely for the future of the world. So, if you're enjoying these podcasts, I do them for free, and you've been watching them, I hope, several times. But please donate and support the show if you're so moved. You can do so at patreon.com/emotional anatomy. And you can join us on our Facebook group also, and get a little more intimate in the discussion of this vocabulary. Thank you.